So the Soundcore Liberty 4 Pro are pretty well done headphones. For example, I like the case with the battery indication, but also you can do some settings with the noise cancellation here as well. And it looks pretty fine. Of course, after some time it will look a bit dirty, but it is a cool design overall. The headphones fit pretty well in my ears. I did notice if you use the standard earplugs, I have them now in my ears, they are fine size for me. But you do have different sizes if you have smaller openings or big openings. There's like a few things I can say pretty positive about these. The app support. If you use the app, you can do a lot of more settings, but also like custom EQ. You can even do an EQ that is doing a hear test, so you know how your ears are. And then it makes an EQ to compensate for your loss of hearing in frequency responses. But also, as mentioned before, the custom EQ is still here. So in case that doesn't work for you, you can still do a custom EQ. There are also preset EQs from Soundcore and they work fine, but of course they are great in some scenarios, but also not great in other scenarios, of course, because every person is different, but also every music is different. There's only one thing I didn't really like about these, and that has to do with the spatial audio. So spatial audio has been a bit of a mismarketing on more like headphones, but also speakers. You can actually just better call it a 3D sound EQ, because spatial audio means it's really from all around you, but yeah, let's be real. Sound on Bluetooth is stereo, so it can't really be multiple channels. But they did try to get this on these headphones and it does work, but you do lose some detail and also some bass response. So I decided to not use it. I prefer to use the LDAC support because it does have LDAC, but you do need to enable it in the app. Then it restarts with another software and then you have some higher bitrate audio on these. You do lose some battery life in that case, so you will not get the claimed battery life they claim on the website, but you get pretty near still if you don't use too much noise cancellation or too much transparent mode. Overall, the experience has been pretty great, outside the spatial sound. And also, of course, that thing with LDAC, I know it, so I know how to enable it in app. But if you buy these in a shop, most people will just turn them on, use them, and that's it. And then I do think that the app maybe is a bit too much. For example, with this case, they could have done an EQ settings in the case as well. For example, now you have this like possibility to change like the noise cancellation. But what if they try to do a bit bigger screen with at least some touch panel, so you were able to go in a menu to change some EQ settings. This would make them more easy to use on the go. Because this noise cancellation is great, you have this on the go, but yeah, EQ changing on the go would be great as well. And the same goes with some other functionalities, for example with the volume. It would have been cool if you could also adjust the volume on the case. It are small things, but yeah, they do want you to do some things with the case, and then I do think they could have done a bit more. But luckily the price is not too high on these, because that's really the biggest thing about these, that they are pretty low priced in comparison to some others. So I can accept that the case has not all the functionalities like some others have that are also expensive, but it could have been cool to at least have volume control on the case. Like volume control on headphones, I don't like it, because if I touch my headphone it gets tricky in my ear and then I can't wear them much longer anymore. So I always do it with my phone, for example. But yeah, overall the sound side is pretty great on LDAC support. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you all in the next one.